Somebody tell me what they think define employability skills for me if you can. Yes, Gideon.
Your skills as an employee?
Skills that you have as an employee, but you can't have bad and good skills, right? Okay? Employability skills are more skills that, one, will help you be an employee somewhere. So if you're going to interview for a job, it's skills that you have that will help you get a job, but not just get a job. It'll help you keep the job. It'll help you get promoted within your job. Okay? It's strong employability skills, and we'll give a few examples of bad employability skills. Okay? The objectives of this lesson, okay? And I know we've talked about objectives before, but remember, this is things that we want to be able to say we can do after the lesson is over. So list and define strong employability skills. Discuss the importance of effective communication skills. We've already talked about workplace communication. List and discuss benefits of diversity in the workplace. Identify characteristics that show a strong positive work ethic. Demonstrate strong time management strategies. Discuss how to implement effective problem-solving skills. And list and discuss what skills are needed to maximize teamwork. Okay, we're going to work on some of that today. All right. So, employability is used to describe the positive work behaviors and personal qualities which make individuals more likely to gain employment and succeed in their chosen career. Okay? Can anybody give me one example of a skill that they think would be a good employability skill? Yes, Asa. Trustworthiness? Absolutely. Anybody else? Yes, John?
Good work ethic, I guess.
Good work ethic? Yes. Anybody else? Okay. Yes, Micah?
Hospitality.
Courteous.
Courteous is yes. That's something we can use. Yes, Gideon.
Hospitality.
Hospitality. Some of the skills that you'll learn here will work in hospitality.
Like vocabulary.
Yeah.
Wordy.
Yeah, wording that you need for certain different jobs. Okay. All right. That's just a few examples, and there's a ton of employability skills, guys. It would be impossible to go through all of them, but here are some of the more important ones. Okay. These are what I like to call soft skills. Okay. I know y'all have heard me talk about those before. But one, whenever you get a job, they expect you to what? What's the number one thing that they would expect you to do? Be there, right? Be there. You gotta come to work. Okay? You need to arrive on time. All right? What do we have a lot in here? What am I big on in my class that we do with assignments? On-time work, which is also called what? Due dates and deadlines. Okay? And the reason I told you at the beginning of the class, the reason that I do that is because one day, no matter what job it is, you're going to have deadlines. All right? You're going to have it. Okay? That's why I incorporated into my class is because I want you to go ahead and get used to, hey, we have to have this task done by this day. And if it's not, there's repercussions in here just like there are in the real world. Okay? Then here's some other ones. Ethical use of technology and working toward personal and team goals. Okay? Those soft skills that I talked about, they're often more important than all of the technical specific skills that you would know at a job. Because most of the time, whenever you get a job, okay, your employer feels like they will be able to train you on all of the specific technical skills that you'll need at the job. All right? But the biggest thing they want is for you to be there, be on time, be trustworthy, all of those soft skills. Okay? All right, here's just some more definitions for employability skills. I'm going to skip ahead. Okay, here's some of the more important employability skills that there are. All right, leadership, time management, knowledge of technology, stress management, work-life balance, and productive work habits. Okay, those are just some of the more important employability skills that we have. Okay, this is one, like I told you, we've already hit on it. We already had a full lesson this year. with workplace communication, okay? And even, I'm a football coach, y'all know that. I preach Chris, how often do I preach communication at football practice? All the time, okay? Because no matter what you're doing, communication is a big deal, okay? Right here it says it's possibly the most important skill in the workplace. All right? And that's true. You've got to be able to communicate with your coworkers, with your managers, with your supervisors, with clients, with customers, whoever it may be. We got to be able to communicate, okay? And that's both vocally, written, visually, or non-verbally. All right, what's an example of non-verbal communication? Body language, okay? Body language. Okay? Effective communication skills, effective speaking, all right? Being prepared, engaged, and practice, all right? If I wasn't prepared when I came to teach you guys, and I was just up here, and I'm just fumbling around, I really don't know what I'm talking about, it's pretty easy for you guys to pick up, right? Okay? Same with me. If I ever go to a workshop or I go listen to somebody present or speak, within about 5 minutes I can tell whether or not they were really prepared for what they were doing, okay? So you need to be able to be prepared, engaged, and practice. Active listening, okay? Making a conscious effort to hear and understand what people are saying, all right? So whenever I'm speaking up here in this lecture and discussion, active listening will be a part that you would do, okay? All right? Who in here has ever been listening, they got their eyes on somebody, but everything somebody's telling them, you have no idea, it's just going in one ear and out the other. All right? It happens to me. My wife can probably tell you about it all the time. She'll ask me something, and I'll be like, or I'll ask her, what did you just say? And she's like, oh, she gets all upset about it, okay? Active listening, though, is a good thing, and effective communication skill. Writing, I know I've told y'all this before, the biggest thing that I've saw since I've been teaching in the past 3 years is at the high school level, there's a lot of incorrect grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Okay, for some reason, I still have seniors in my classroom that they will not capitalize their name. Okay, all right, little stuff like that, but it makes you look professional when you are using correct grammar, you're using the correct punctuation, and you're spelling things right. Okay? A lot of times, if I'm ever evaluating a resume, evaluating a paper, whatever it may be, if there's misspelled words, if the punctuation's awful, then I'll automatically kind of, I don't really know if they can handle what I'm wanting them to handle. Okay? Because this is a little minor detail. I wish they would pay attention to it a little more. Okay? Using good body language, eye contact, and facial expressions to show interest in the conversation. Okay? When I'm up here talking, I'll obviously can see your body language. Okay? So like I know who's listening, I know who's not by your eyes being up here, how you're sitting, and all that good stuff. Okay? Here's an example. Jane is an active listener, using body language to show she is interested in the conversation. Okay, John does not seem to pay attention to the speaker and never proofreads his memos, emails, or business letters for correct grammar, punctuation, and spelling. Which of the two have better communication skills? Obviously it's who, Lucas? Jane. Okay? All right, problem solving. This will be the last communication skill we talk about today. Okay? Either tomorrow or Monday, we will pick up on the other ones that we're going to talk about. But this is another thing that you guys should be familiar with, especially when we went through personal decision making. We talked about some problem-solving strategies and techniques. Okay? Requires gathering reliable information, assessing the information for answers, and selecting a suitable solution based on the situation. Okay? It really is very, very similar to decision-making and the 7-step decision-making process that we talked about. Okay? Developing a process. All right? Now, there's not one set way that you may solve a problem. Weston may solve a problem one way. Camden may solve her problems a different way. They may have different processes that they use, okay? And you'll figure out which one works best for you. Now, sometimes you may have a job or a teacher who says, I want you to use this model, okay? So when we talked about decision making, I didn't give you a choice. When we went through those scenarios, I told you, hey, you got to use this 7-step decision making process, okay? But as you get more experience, get older, you will figure out that there are more ways than one to come up with a solution to a problem, okay? Anticipating problems. Resolving problems through planning, negotiation, or by devising a new approach to correcting the problem, okay? If you plan and prepare in the correct way, you can anticipate that a problem is probably going to happen and then try to fix it before it does happen, okay? All right, let me think of an example. All right, Homecoming right now. They're selling what? Biscuits and hamburgers and all of that good stuff, okay? So, if they decided, you know what, I'm just going to sell sausage biscuits, I'm not going to get chicken biscuits and all that good stuff. I'm not going to get bacon biscuits. All right, they could anticipate before they did that, hey, maybe everybody doesn't like sausage biscuits. Maybe everybody's tired of eating sausage biscuits every day. I'm going to do something different. I'm going to get chicken biscuits, bacon biscuits, sausage, egg, and cheese, whatever it may be. That's a problem they can anticipate that would hurt their sales, okay? So they're going to go ahead and try to fix the issue before it even happens. Brainstorming, you guys are used to that. Trial and error, trying out all the possible solutions and ruling out those which do not work. And as I just mentioned, probably the most important part or most valuable part of problem solving is experience. Using solutions which have worked in the past that you've either practiced yourself or you've seen somebody practice. Okay? Using that. All right? Here's another problem-solving example. Jimmy takes initiative and implements a plan to solve a problem and brings about a positive result. John panics and gives up when presented with a problem. Okay? Obviously, if you panic every time a problem occurs, you'll never be able to really gain your full potential and maybe becoming a manager, supervisor, whatever it is,